Morning, everybody. Got my setup all ready, about to get loaded up, and I'll tell you where I'm coming from, where we're going. Man, oh man, I got a little sick over the Labor Day weekend, so 2 days I wasn't feeling good. First day when I was driving out, didn't feel good, and then another day when we got there, I didn't feel good. Slept half a day, kind of. Got the stomach bug. Kids had something too, so it was one of those things. And today, man, I got super wet. Usually this happens to me when I've been sick or when I'm actually being sick. So anytime I'm like sick, it doesn't have to be the stomach bug or anything really. If it's like a flu or something like that, my body gets super weak when it comes to a lot of the physical activities that you gotta do. And of course, there's, every time I'm sick, I end up with physical activity loads. So, but hey, it's okay. It is what it is. So, I'm loaded. I'm on my way. I don't know when I'll be there. 4.5 hours-ish maybe by the time I get out of the north side of Spokane. And by the way, the load picks up. It's the same load. I dropped one piece off over here a week ago, and then I came back and picked it up, and 2 more other pieces from the same place, and now it's going to Seattle again. So, same place, Spokane to Seattle again. Didn't think that I'd be doing it because I wasn't even the one who brought it here from where it came from, but apparently their broker or their customer didn't have anybody else here. Sometimes they do fly these things. Sometimes FedEx takes them, and sometimes brokers, drivers take them, or our drivers take them. So it just depends who's in the area, who can do it, whatever's most cost effective, and whatever's needed somewhere like right away. Then different decisions are being made upon what's needed. So nice and warm still. It's like 70 degrees out now, but I think it's like a 90-degree day, and this whole week, this is the beginning of September, and the whole week is going to be in the 90s here. So very nice. We'll still get to use the boat, still get to do the wake surfing. So I'm pretty excited. I just hope my body starts, by tomorrow. Hopefully, tomorrow's Wednesday, huh? Tomorrow won't work, but Thursday we can go to the lake. Friday we can't. Then we can go Saturday, and then we can go Sunday still. So there's still lake days in September. Yep. And all my kids, the cool part is after work I could just grab them, throw them in the car and get them in the boat and go, because it doesn't matter if they have school or if they don't have school, because they're all online school. They don't go to public school. So super nice with that. If you want to take a road trip, or just because, it's school time, a lot of people can't take trips, camping, go somewhere out of town on a weekday. I'm very fortunate, blessed for that I can actually do that anytime I want to. Okay, now we got some final answers. So, I have 3 pieces on board. They were all supposed to deliver here to Tequila. Now, one of them I keep, go home with it, and tomorrow another driver from Salt Lake who's going to deadhead to me is going to pick it up from me in Spokane again. Then while I was driving, before they did any of this changes of keeping a piece and, you know, doing all that, basically they were saying, hey, don't deliver all 3, keep one of the pieces. I'm working on something else. And I thought maybe local, you know, maybe they're working on something to be, you know, done here locally, but no. So I'm only delivering 2, going back home with 1. And while I was coming here, since it was all supposed to deliver here, dispatch bid another load for me, picking up from the airport in Seattle, delivering to Post Falls in the morning. So basically, I'm going to be going, after this load, I'm going to be going to grab another one at the airport, print some paperwork, go to the airport, do all that stuff, pick it up. I don't know how many boxes, something with a lot of cartons, I think. Pick that up and then deliver tomorrow morning, and then give my load to another driver who's going to have to go overnight, drive overnight to Spokane to grab it. So some changes could definitely happen, and they do happen. That's why I recommend you guys, when you're out on the road, even if you're going to sleep, keep your phone on, because we had one time a driver that was in California that was just 8 miles or so from delivery, and they wanted it direct, and we couldn't reach them until morning time. And that delivery should have happened like on the spot direct. I know it's not our fault. They didn't tell us all the details. They didn't think driver would make it there that quick, but it did happen. When broker did call and the customer was upset that, you know, nobody was able to wake the driver up and have him keep going. He was just literally 8 miles from delivery and slept all the way till morning instead of, you know, delivering on a spot, and delivered it in the morning. But it sucked. So I recommend, definitely, there could be changes anytime. What we've had happen is we've had people get out, drive somewhere, clear a couple 100 miles, all of a sudden the load needs to be there faster, and they make us go take it to the nearest airport. Nearest airport puts it on the plane, and that thing flies and is there in, you know, in hours compared to a day. So anything can happen, we've been turned around and had to take things back to the shipper before because something was canceled. So drivers, I suggest you guys, a big suggestion, and you know, you guys can take it or not, but hey, you got to keep your phone on. That's the main thing. Day, night, whatever, keep your phone on, keep your ringer high. If your dispatcher texts you, that number they text from, I suggest getting some kind of a ridiculous, outrageous, some kind of a tune for it, some kind of a different noise that's going to definitely wake you up even in the middle of the night when your dispatcher's texting you. Same thing with a phone call. If you're a hard sleeper when you go to bed and you can't wake up from a normal phone call, make sure that you put on some kind of a ridiculous ringtone when your dispatch calls you. That's just a suggestion. That's what I would do if I was one of those people. But fortunately for me, I hear all the text messages and I don't have to do anything like that. I hear the texts and I hear a phone call, no problem. Back in the day when I used to be a little bit younger, when I did first start this business and drivers were texting me, I could wake up even from the vibration on my nightstand. So if I'm sleeping, somebody texts me, some kind of an issue, some kind of a dispatch thing, anything, they need to get a hold of the boss, I'm always there. I don't even have to have a ringtone or anything. I put it on vibrate and I heard that vibration. One of those things. Okay, I'm almost there. What does it say? 30 minutes, 16 miles. okay, it makes me want to go. It makes me want to go take a different route because 405 is a piece of work right now. We're gonna avoid that. Yes, I'm gonna take it because last time I didn't, and when I didn't, it took me forever to get out there. So I'd rather be driving even slowly versus standing in traffic doing nothing, watching people pick their nose and eat their boogers. So today I'm going to take the recommendation of getting off a bit early here. That way I can avoid that 405 traffic, because that 405 traffic, it sucks, definitely. Why isn't it? Oh, okay, let's see, that's why. Alright, I'll show you guys the unloading process if I can get the...
Вода нам осталось 270 миль, так что все, долетаем, там у нас стоит, что нам...
I'll show you guys the unloading process. If I don't forget to hang the camera up there real quick, because sometimes I get there, open the door, and they're already waiting for me, and sometimes I gotta bang on the door to get somebody to open it for me, like last time. So we'll see. I've never had to get off on this exit before and go this way. This is a first for me. Exit 13 if you want to avoid that 405 traffic. Ooh, look at that Rolls Royce SUV. If you guys haven't seen one, that was one right there. Looked like a Phantom. Went and did some camping over the long weekend, last weekend, and brought the drone with me there, unloaded it in my house, and unfortunately forgot to put it back or take it with me today. So no drone footage today, even though there is some cool spots. And gonna be without it today, I'm sorry. Maybe if I don't forget, I could throw some other clips in for you guys. Maybe some of the old ones. Things really, you know, when I drive kind of the similar routes to get somewhere, I got a lot of the same stuff, you know what I mean? Nothing's really changed, except for maybe the cars driving by on the highway. Those are different. Everything else, the scenery in a lot of these places, it's pretty much the same. I don't use the same stuff, but hey, you know, just for the contrast, I guess maybe I could if you guys really wanted me to. Nice and green over here. Seattle area, guys. They get a little bit more rains out here than we do, and they got different kind of trees than what we do. All we got is pine for the most part, and then whatever else they planted. But when I look at all this stuff, it's kind of like a rainforest to me, you know. Some northwest rainforest. I dig it. I like it. Blackberries right here. Look at all that. Gee, that's a place to go get blackberries. Definitely is. heading to the airport, Turkish Airlines, picking up some 27 cases of something. 27 cases, I believe. I don't know how it is. It's going to be on pallets or just boxes, whatever it is. However it is, we'll get them loaded. The first load paid $650 because 300 miles there, 300 miles back. I was supposed to be coming home empty plus loading, so I don't know. It paid decently. This next one pays me $450 to come back. 300 miles, maybe just a little bit over 300. So, you know, I usually don't come back. You guys know. Whenever I end up over here, I usually do not have a load back. I'm empty, coming back home empty. So today, a blessing. Thank you up above to the Lord, and I'm thankful. Show you guys what the freight looks like when I'm loaded. And plus I still have that one piece sitting in the back. So nice and sunny and 73 today in Seattle. In case somebody was wondering what the weather was like.
In 1,000 feet,
from where I dropped off, then printed paperwork like a quarter mile away from there to this next pickup is only 9 minutes. 9-minute drive. That's all it
right
shows.
to stay on South 160th
Pretty neat.
Street.
That way you don't have to go through all the traffic and all that at 3:30 in the afternoon out here. It gets pretty bad. I'm sure it's going to be bad coming home for me. But I'll be using that Waze app, W-A-Z-E or S-E.
Continue on South 160th
I don't know,
Street
one of
for
them.
half a mile.
That one's kind of like Google Maps, but it's not Google Maps. There's traffic reports on there, police reports on there. You know, if you see a policeman, you can report it. Yeah, I know Google Maps does that similar stuff too, but not as active, not as great as this. So I like to use this map because it gives me just a little bit more variety of what I want to do, where I can go around and all that stuff. I've been using it for the past maybe month or so, on and off. And I think I like it better than Google Maps actually. But for like addresses and things like that, you can definitely use Google Maps as well. So you could use 2 different phone apps in your navigation, and you shouldn't get lost. If you do, then you know, then there's a problem with the operator, not the navigations.